Hello everyone, this is Brian with Bit4Byte, helping you use your computer just a bit better. So what I want to do today is I want to show you guys how to wire a wall jack. Now, some of you may know how to do this, but a lot of you may not know how to do this. So if you want to put a RJ45 wall jack into a room, this is how you can do it. And this is how you wire your jack. So now I have a couple tools here. Obviously, I have my wall plate and I have a cable crimper, okay? We're only going to use one small portion of this cable crimper, but this cable crimper can be used for all kinds of various phone line and Ethernet cable, okay? I need what's called a punch down tool. This is the dust cover. And then this is called a keystone jack, okay? Just like it sounds, keystone. Here's my RJ45, which would go into the wall plate that you would plug into. And then on the back here, I have some color coding, and we'll get into that. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to use this cable here to demonstrate, but keep in mind, this is coming through a wall, okay? So I'm assuming that you already have a Ethernet cable line drop down through your wall, or maybe a hole drilled on the other side of the wall coming through to this plate into the next room. Okay, so keep that in mind. So first off, what we need to do is strip off some shielding off of this cable, okay? And so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to use the strip portion on my tool here. By the way, this Klein tool one is really good. If you guys need a stripping tool, or you're making RJ45 cabling, that's a really good tool. And I'll just slide it off here. Okay? And voila. Now, if you've ever crimped RJ45 cable, this should look familiar to you. So, it's twisted pair cable, hence why they're twisted together. That's where the twisted pair name comes from, if you didn't know that. And first thing we need to do is unwind all these, okay? That's our first thing we do. So let me go ahead and unwind these all. So I have 8 separate wires. Sometimes if they're tight, it'll take you a little more time than others. So we just go through and I just unwind all these wires. Okay, now that I've unwound all the pairs that were together, I should have the 8 wires here, right? Now I cut off, I'm not exactly sure, but I think about maybe 1.5 inches of shielding. You don't need to be that exact, but you do want some extra because when we attach it on here, having extra wire is good. So I would recommend doing about the same I did. Now we have all the wiring here. Okay, so cables come in 2 wiring standards, 568A and 568B, all right? Now, 99% of the cables out there are 568B, Baker. And what that is the wiring code, the wiring order. And I'm not going to get into the wiring order right now, but you need to know what cable you have when you use your keystone jack. Now, if we look right here, you can see that I have some colors on each of these strips, right? There's some colors and boxes, and there's an A and a B. Okay? Hopefully you guys can see that in the camera. And there's an A and a B there. Okay? So for example, on this one right here, this little slit, see that slit? Okay, that's a brown/white box, right? And that's if you have A, right? Okay, and then B would be also brown, white. Let's find one that's different. Look at the orange and the green, okay? Notice the A says to do orange and the B says to do green, okay? So make sure you know which one you have so that you can do the right colors in the slits, okay? So now here's how we do this. So let's start off. I'm going to start off on this orange and green side, okay? So if I look here, and I see B shows to do the orange-green cable, right? And if I have A, it shows to do green-white. And then if I have A, it shows to do orange-white. So I have B, So I'm going to do the green-white cable right in this first slit. Okay? So if I look on my cables, I have solid ones, and then I also have ones that have a colored stripe. Okay? So I want to find the green-white cable that has the green strip, and that would be this guy right here. Okay? I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but trust me, that has a green faint strip going through the wire. Okay? So I'm going to move my other cables out of the way. You are going to need to do some cable maneuvering when you do this, okay? So just keep that in mind. And I'm just going to basically take this wire and I get it pretty far down, okay? And I just kind of push it down in there like so, okay? And then the next one is a full green wire. See that? For the next slit there is full green if I follow the B row. And so here's my full green. And I put that into the next slit. And push it down a little bit. Like so. And then the next one is a full brown wire. And that is right here. So I'll take that, put that there. And you basically just go along here and follow the diagram. Always make sure you're following the correct row. And then it says to do brown-white is next. Like so. And now I go on my other side. All right, now that I've gone through and followed the correct row and pushed down on these, you can see here that I completed that on my keystone jack. It's on the inside, most inner side rows, right? B and B. And just make sure you follow those colors, okay? If you don't follow the colors correctly, you will not get a connection through this. It has to be the right coloring code, okay? All right, so now that we did this, now we use our punch down tool to punch down the wires all the way, all right? So you can see this has a little slit, and inside each of these slits is a small blade, okay, that cuts into the wire to make the connection. And so all I need to do is take this little tool and push down like so, and push each slit down into all the way to the bottom. Okay? Not too tough. All right, now that I pushed all these down to the bottom with the punch down tool, now I could hook this up and it would work, okay? But what we want to do here is next I would go through and cut these wires off so it's flush, okay? And you can just use some scissors or something like that to do that. Or if you have a tool that does it. Some tools you can get, this one does not. Some tools have them, they have a little box in here where you can actually take the keystone jack, put it in and push down the handle and it cuts them off. But if you don't have that, just use scissors and cut these off, okay? Now I've cut these wires off, okay? If you want, you can get them more flush, but it really doesn't matter. I just cut them off so you don't have a lot of wires hanging out of the thing, okay? And then we can take this dust cover, because remember, this is going to be inside a wall, right? So it's probably going to get dirty and stuff. So generally, these keystone jacks come with a dust cover. And what we do is I put the opening end towards the cable. I just slide it on there, basically, and push it down, okay? I'm not going to push this one down all the way, because once you push it down, it's extremely tough to pop it off. And this is just for a demo purpose, okay? But you would push this down all the way, and then you're going to attach this onto your wall, your plate, and this basically would just slide into here. All right, so here's our finished product without the dust cover, and you can see it's mounted into the plate. And on the other side, there we are. They can plug in a Cat cable, and so like so. And now you have a RJ45 port on your wall where you didn't before. So I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. Hopefully you learned something. Thanks for watching.